Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Monday and welcome back. Oh my goodness, I've missed you. It's been so long. All right, you ready to get back in the swing of things? So today I thought we could talk about just review of problem and solution in our story. Okay, do you remember what that is? Right? It's been a long time since I read you a book and we talked about it, right? So problem is what's going wrong in the story and the solution is how it gets fixed. Okay. So I also wanted to read you a story about spring. Okay. Miss Bavona is going to be talking about maybe what you did over spring break. And Miss Heller's going to be talking about plants. Plants are starting to grow because it's springtime, that's getting warmer, right? So maybe when you were on spring break, maybe you rode your bike, maybe you went for a walk and you saw what was happening. The grass is getting greener. I'm looking outside right now to see, I actually can hear some birds right now. Birds are chirping, right? Some trees are getting flowers or buds. Okay. Maybe there's some more bugs out there. I've seen a few, right? When it was really warm, but stuff is almost coming alive. It's getting greener and brighter out there because it's spring. So I want to read a story today. It's called The Thing About Spring. Okay. It's going to be about this rabbit who he's not actually excited for spring. Who's not excited for spring? But this rabbit's a little sad that winter's kind of ended. Okay. So The Thing About Spring by Daniel Kirk. Okay. The world looks a little different today, Mouse said one bright morning. Hey, remember we talked about reading something fluently when we're reading with expression with our quotation marks, right? Do you remember those quotation marks that were in the air? I don't know if you can see right there. And it said, Mouse said one bright morning. So you know what? I think I'm going to change my voice to sound like a mouse. What do you think a mouse sounds like? A little squeaky, right? The world looks a little different today. Kind of made it like a small voice. Mouse said one bright morning. Oh, okay. So we have another character here. It's a bird. Okay, that's actually a robin. I think I'm just going to give it a normal voice, kind of my normal voice. It smells different too, said Bird. There are buds on the trees and new colors in the sky. I feel warm and happy. Me too, said Mouse. Spring is finally here. Hooray! And there's an exclamation point there. So I tried to read hooray with a little more excitement. Is that coming back to you now, right? Our punctuation. Yeah. So, and buds are on the tree is the beginning of some flowers on a tree or the leaves again. Mouse and Bird hurried to share the good news with their friends. Rabbit was in the meadow, busy with a shovel and a pail. A pail is another word for a bucket. What are you doing, Rabbit? Mouse called. Saving snow while I still can, Rabbit grumbled. We won't see any more of this until next year. You can't really save snow unless you put it in the freezer. But spring is coming, Bird chirped. Aren't you excited? He doesn't look excited. Excited? Now, there's a question mark right there. That's why, so I'm going to read it like excited, like kind of asking like why would I be excited, right? Like excited? Ha! The thing about spring is that I won't be able to follow my friends' tracks in the snow. Then I won't be able to find them. But now you won't be cold, said Bird, and you won't have to look for me. I'll be right here beside you. Me too, said Mouse. All right, so we have three characters, right? They're the talking ones in our story. We got Mouse, Bird, and Rabbit. The thing about spring, said Rabbit, is that I won't be able to make snow bunnies anymore. I won't be able to build a snow fort either. You know how much I love doing that. I won't be able to make snowballs to throw at my favorite targets. But little shoots will grow out of the ground, Mouse said, so you won't have to look far to find delicious things to eat. Do you know what's going on right now in the story? What do you think? Let's stop and think. Mouse is kind of, I'm going to say complaining, but he's kind of giving reasons why he doesn't want it to be spring. He misses winter. He's kind of saying like, I love winter because of this and snow and snowballs and finding you guys in the tracks, right? In the snow tracks. So there's a problem. What's the problem right now? Rabbit's not happy it's spring. He's not. Maybe he forgets how awesome spring is, but he's not happy it's spring. He's kind of sad that winter's over. So that's our problem in our story. Our character's not feeling so, I guess, excited like we are, right? And like his friends are, right? So, and Bird and Mouse are trying to help him. So let's see if they can fix that problem. The thing about spring, said Rabbit, is that Bear is waking up, and you know how bad he smells at the end of a long winter. I'm sure he's going to want a hug. He's holding his nose right there. Oh, Rabbit, said Bear with a yawn. Oh, I got to give a yawn. Oh, Rabbit. Did you yawn? Because I really yawned there. Just because I'm a little stinky doesn't mean we can't share a big hug. I want a hug too, said Bird. Me three, said Mouse. He was hibernating though. The thing about spring, said Rabbit, is that it rains when you're not expecting it. But April rain brings out the flowers, said Mouse. Have you ever heard April showers bring May flowers? Yeah, so they're saying that rain is what the plants need to finally really bloom in May, really come alive in May. And brings the worms, said Bird. And it makes you clean, said Bear, and I'm ready for more hugs. The thing about spring, said Rabbit, is that when the days get longer, the nights get shorter, and I'm cranky bunny when I don't get enough sleep. But in the spring, we need more daytime because there are so many things to do, said Bird. Yes. Have you been noticing that? It's been, I would say we have more daylight, which means the sun is up longer each day. So it might not get dark now till like 7:30, but in wintertime, it was getting dark 2 hours earlier, like around 5:30 or so. And I'm with Bird, that gives you more time outside to play and do fun things. Like when I used to come home from work, when we were going, it was really tough to go ride my bike because it was kind of dark out. Now, when I get home, I still have time. I could eat dinner. And even after dinner, sometimes it's still light out and I can go ride my bike. So it's still stuff to do outside or play basketball, right? So we need the extra daytime because it's warm and it's fun to be outside. And some of you have sports going on too, so you can play a little bit later too. In the spring, I love to make loop-de-loops and race the clouds through the sky, said Bird. In the spring, I love to nibble tasty buds and dig tunnels in the soft pine needles, said Mouse. In the spring, I love to splash in the lake and dance in the sun, said Bear. Spring is wonderful. Okay, so again, what's our problem? Yeah, Rabbit's not having it with spring. He's not excited at spring. He's not happy at spring, right? He misses winter. What are his three friends doing? Is the characters, right? We got Mouse, Bear, Bird. They're trying to remind him how awesome spring is, right? They're like, but what about this and this and this? You love it. It's going to be amazing. We're trying to see if that's going to work. The thing about spring, said Rabbit, is that all the animals chatter on and on. The racket hurts my ears. Oh, I see it says whispered. I'll try to be more quiet, whispered Bird. Me too, whispered Mouse. Me three, whispered Bear, but it's hard not to make a little noise. Ooh, there's the ... the ellipsis, little noise. When spring is here! You ever been so excited you just want to like shout? You're so excited. Yeah, so Bear's like, it's hard to be quiet. Turn the page for the suspense when spring is here. All right, Rabbit sighed. So sighed is like, all right. I suppose no one can stop the seasons from changing. But the thing about spring is that when I stomp around so much and the sun is so warm, it makes me really thirsty. I'm about to tell this rabbit stop complaining. How about you? Okay. Me too, said Bear. I think we're all a little thirsty. Well then, said Rabbit, you should be glad I saved some snow. Look inside my pail. Remember, that means bucket. The thing about spring is that it's full of surprises. Okay. Do you think the snow made it? It's been kind of sunny outside and it looks like it's kind of got warm and I can kind of tell the snow is melting. Do you think it survived in the bucket? You think it's still there? Oh, look what happened. Yeah, it turned to rain. It's wonderful, Bird cheeped. Now that spring is here, the snow has turned to water. It's like the winter gave us a present before it went away, said Mouse. They were thirsty. I found some cups, Rabbit said. Dip in. It will be our last taste of winter. And our first sip of spring, said Bird. Here's to spring, said Bear. I think it's going to be great. Me too, said Bird. Me three, said Mouse. The friends looked at Rabbit. They're like, come on, dude. Your problem, this whole story is you keep complaining about spring. You really miss winter, but come on, right? Like did we solve your problem? Were we your solution? Did we get you ready for spring and excited? So they're saying, oh, here's to spring. It's going to be great. And then they looked at Rabbit like, what do you got for us? Oh, all right, he said. Me four. Spring is here. Hooray. You can take off that scarf now, do you, buddy? You bunny, right? Yeah. So I think they did it. I think they solved their friend's problem, right? I think they cheered up his mood a little bit. Be like, dude, seasons are always going to change, right? Right? Yeah. Like, I really miss summer. for other reasons, but then I changed to fall, and even fall is kind of exciting with things. Gets a little cooler, the leaves are good, there's pumpkins, there's other holidays in there, right? And then when winter comes, you're like, wow, I miss fall, but you know what? I love snow. And that's kind of exciting because we can actually be cold. You could drink hot chocolate with you have a fire going. And then once winter goes, you kind of get sick of the cold. And it's just in time for spring, for that warm, right? It was really warm over spring break that I was in shorts and a t-shirt outside. I tried to be outside as much as I could. And I'm excited about that. And then eventually it's going to get hotter and hotter, and then summer will come. I think it's awesome where we live because we can experience all 4 of those seasons. Okay. So if you're a little sad like Rabbit that spring's here and you miss snow, don't worry. It's going to come back again next year. Okay. And if you're like me who really likes snow, but really likes being warm outside and seeing everything come alive, hooray. Yeah. Cheers for spring. Okay. So they talked about a lot of things you could do in spring and what's exciting about it. Now, make sure for writing, you can remember, what did you do over spring break? Because it was a warm one. Okay. And that's what you can talk about there. Spring breaking news with Miss Bavona. Okay. And maybe you can tell us you're either really excited about, or maybe you were a little upset like Rabbit and you wanted to be cold. I don't know. There's probably some people out there like that. Okay. But today and this week, right? If it's warm outside, try to get outside if you can. Okay. Enjoy spring. All right. Have a great rest of your day. Make sure you check out all the teachers' videos. They are so excited to see you, right? And so excited to teach you again. And I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye.